Thank you everybody for actually attending my QuickBooks and Pastel presentation. I'm very happy to present this presentation, as I've seen that many people are actually lacking in businesses. Why? Because they lack proper financial statements, proper financial books. So the presentation, the agenda of the presentation is actually, we are actually analyzing the most recommended accounting packages in South Africa and most of the places in Africa. And we'll also be looking at what people want to venture into people want to start their businesses. What actually people want to start their business. So we'll be looking at that. So we'll be looking at creating a company in QuickBooks Accounting, and we'll also be looking at creating a company in Pastel Accounting. We'll also look at what most business owners are looking for before they actually hire you as a bookkeeper or accountant. So just sit back and relax and actually listen to what I'm doing. If you have any questions, if you look onto your left, you will see somewhere written under participant list. You will actually see where it is status. If you click on the drop down menu where it's written normal, you can actually raise your hand if you want to ask a question, or if you don't agree, just say I agree. If you don't agree, just say disagree. If you're away, just click away. Okay, let's begin. I've decided to actually start by looking at how somebody can start a business. Yes, there are many ways and there are many ideas on how to start a business, but I've been looking at all those ideas and I actually have summed them up, and I've actually come up with a few that every business actually needs. There are certain things that you can actually not, what can I say, there are certain things in business that we need in business, and without them your success is actually a question. So you can actually visit on our website, on our forum. You can actually see the full documentation of what actually is needed in actually starting a business. So I've listed out only the four that you're actually seeing on the screen. Writing a business plan is one thing that every business needs. It actually shows that you actually have direction. You need to actually choose what kind of industry you want to venture in. How are your marketing strategies? How are you going to approach the industry? Yes, the industry that you want to approach actually is other participants. You have got already competitors. So how are you going to approach that industry? What kind of products are you going to be dealing with? Are you only going to be dealing with services? Are you going to be selling any products? How are you going to promote those products? How are you going to make people know about your products? Having a business plan is actually the first step in actually starting a business. The second step that I've seen actually that every business actually needs is having a website. Nowadays, when somebody wants to buy anything, they have to go onto the internet, search on the internet. So having your business being online, having your business online actually gives you an advantage. Customers can actually find you from anywhere at any time. It's less costly than printing brochures, printing newsletter, printing actually flyers and all kind of stuff, printing posters, which is more costly than having a website whereby clients can actually see what you're offering them at the comfort of their homes. So having a professional looking website is very important in business, because internet has become part of human life nowadays. So people need to actually find you at any time and from anywhere. So how does a professional website look like? Your website should actually resembles your company, should actually resembles your services and products. For example, if you are a car dealer, you're actually dealing with selling and buying of cars. We don't expect your website to be full of flowers. You can actually scare away people, because somebody comes to your website actually wanting to buy a car, and the moment he gets there, what does he find? Flowers. You can actually chase away people, which is not very important. So having a professional look website is actually a very good step that you need to approach. You also need to properly set up your prices. Pricing is very important, because if you charge too much, you chase away clients. If you charge too little, sometimes other clients, they don't need free stuff, because they end up doubting your product and doubting what actually you do. So you should price your stuff strategically. I've been looking at the mobile industry in the telecommunication. You see, when a new mobile company comes into the industry, they usually come, when they start, they're always usually cheap. Why are they doing that? They need to penetrate into the market. They need to get more clients. So should your business be. Do not start with high prices. Do not start high, or else you chase away clients. And do not start very, very too low. Start at an affordable rate. People can actually be able to hire you. People should be able to buy your product. And when they get used to buying your product, if they see how useful your product is or your services are to them, they can actually continuously hire you. That's when, after a certain period, you can actually set the standard price. And the last thing that I had to look at was how to choose an accountant. Not necessarily an accountant, but how to choose an accounting package. Accounting shows your business in terms of money. It shows how your business is worth. It also gives you a way of measuring your profit and loss. One of the first things you should do when starting a business is make sure you create and maintain basic small business. You maintain financial and accounting systems. And today I'm going to show you, because I believe every business actually needs an accounting system. So as a business owner, or as a person who is going to be venturing into the accounting industry, my advice is you have to know these accounting packages. And the simplest of them is maybe Pastel Accounting and QuickBooks that I'm going to present to you. So it's going to be beneficial to you as a business owner, and beneficial to you as an accountant or a bookkeeper. Remember, most business owners are actually looking at people who have the skills of the accounting packages, because gone are the days when we used to do our books manually. We usually write our general ledger on the book. We usually write our expense on the book. Nowadays, everything is computerized. All the accounting systems and everything that you do in your business, you enter into the system. Reports are drawn into the system, which brings to the question, why we need accounting packages? It actually helps you when doing your tax returns, because remember, every business, you need to register your business, so you should be paying tax to the tax authorities. An accounting package can actually tell you what your business has, what your business owes, or what your business is being owed by your customers or your bank loans, and whether your business is making profit or loss. But accounting is more than that. It's about making decisions. In your business, is your business going too quickly? Are you spending You're advertising money wisely. We all need this information. So these accounting packages, they actually give you reports that tell you where you have been in your business and where you are in your business, and in many cases where you are going in your business. So enough has been said. Let's get into actually, let me show you how actually you can actually create a company in QuickBooks, and then I'll show you how to create a company in Pastel. Yeah, I was supposed to be sharing my screen with you, but unfortunately I can't share your screen with you. But as you go on with the presentation, you can actually understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going. It can actually give you an idea, the whole idea of what you need when creating a company. So let's do this. Sit back, relax, and watch attentively what I'm doing. The first thing that I'm going to do, I'm creating a company in QuickBooks. Right. After installing your QuickBooks accounting package, there is an icon on your desktop. Double click on that icon, and you actually be prompted to load into the demo company. So after you load into the demo company, you go to File, then you say New Company. You go to File, it's indicated by the red arrow, File, New Company. Then you click Next, and this next page, which we call the Easy Step Interview, it actually helps you. It helps you in actually creating your company. It's a step-by-step procedure that you need to take when creating a company. If you look, sorry, if you look at the right bottom, at the left bottom actually, it says Convert Data. This option, you actually use it when you're actually converting from maybe Quicken or any other accounting packages to QuickBooks, for which you are not actually doing it. Skip Interview is actually recommended for experts in accounts or QuickBooks experts, because by using this option, you will now need to create chart of accounts from scratch, which is very difficult and which needs more expertise. So we are going to go through the second one, the start interview process, which will actually give you the step-by-step process of actually how you can actually set up your company. So you can click on Start Interview. You'll be prompted by the page where you should enter your company information. This information is about your company. Enter your company name, and this company name is going to appear on your invoices and on your on all the documents like statements, your quotations, and other statements. Your legal name, some companies actually you have a different legal name than the company name, so you can type it as well if you have a different name. But if you have the same name, just leave it as it is. Your tax ID, if you have employees and you pay employees, you should have a tax ID. But if you don't have employees, you can actually put your security number. You put your address, your city, your country, you put your phone number, you put your email and your website. After you put all the information, then you click Next. Now you need to select the industry that you're dealing with. If we go back, when I was talking about how to start a business, I spoke about writing a business plan. So knowing your industry should be in your business plan. As you do your business plan, you decide which industry am I going to be in, what exactly am I going to be doing, what products am I going to be selling or service that I'm going to be selling. So everything that you're going to be setting here should be according to your business plan. So you see, having a business plan is very important. So titling service, I've selected it as a we'll look at it as a construction company. So we'll be configuring a construction company during the whole process. So select construction, general contractor. You can as well choose, because there is a list of almost all the industries. But if your industry is not there, at the right bottom there is an option for generic industry, which actually loads some default chart of accounts which are actually supposed to be in every company. Then after that, after you select the industry, click next. Now, how is your company organized? Factoring service is a corporate company. I don't know how yours will be. Then click next. What is your financial year? The first financial year for your company is the time, is the date and the month that you have created this company, that you've started capturing the information into the system. So capturing, now we are in March. So if you choose January, which means you have to capture everything that you did from January up to March. So capturing service started in January, so we are selecting January. But as for yours, you select the period or month that you actually started your company in. Then you click next. Now you have to set your administrator's password. It is strongly recommended that you password protect your file, your company file, so that not everybody can have access to it. So putting a password here is very important and is always recommended. After putting your password, you retype the password to confirm it, then you click next. Now you need to create a company. Then you click next. QuickBooks will actually tell you where, it will actually prompt you where you want to save the company file. By default it goes into my documents and it goes to company files. You see the company name that you put on your company name when you are writing your company information appears as your company file, as your company file name, which is the default. So you choose the location where you want to put your company, file, then you click save, then you click next. Now it's creating the basic structure of your company file. It's creating all the chart of accounts according to the industry that you choose. So if you choose information technology industry, the chart of accounts might be and will be different from a construction industry, because there are certain chart of accounts that are actually used in information technology than in construction company. So it will take some few minutes to create the company, and when done, click next. Now we need to customize our QuickBooks accounting package. Now click next. What do you sell? It takes us back to the business plan. What actually are we selling? We are in the construction industry, yes. What actually are we selling? Are we selling services only, or are we selling both services and products? If you're selling services only, you have to select services only. If you're selling products only, you have to select product only. Or if you're selling both, select both. So tax sharing service is only, say, a service company, so we're only selling our services, and then you click next. Select services, then click next. Tax sharing service actually charges tax. So if you don't charge tax, you click no. But if you charge tax for all the service or product that you sell, then you should actually choose yes. Then you click next. Do you want to create estimates in QuickBooks? Estimates are bids or quotations that you actually send to customers. So if you actually create quotations or bids or estimates, you actually click next. Select yes and click next. Do you use statements? A statement is a summary of the charges that are showing, or okay, I can put it as this. A statement is a summary of the amount or invoices that a customer is owing you. What am I saying? A statement contains all the invoices and all the amounts that a customer is owing you, and the amounts that a customer has paid. So you can actually send statements periodically at a certain period, maybe after 30 days or after 60 days, depending on your company strategies, on your company policies. So if a company does statements, you can actually click yes. They start sharing does statements, you actually click yes, then click next. Do you use progressive invoicing? Type sharing uses progressive invoices because as a construction company, at a certain stage of the project, we send an invoice. And, let's say, for example, as a construction company, we are building a building, which is the project that we are doing. And so, at foundation level, we bill, we send an invoice. At window level, we bill and send an invoice. And at roof level, so those are what we call progressive invoicing. So if your company does that, you have to take that, you have to click yes and click next. If it doesn't do that, just click no and click next. Right. Do you need to manage your bills? Definitely you need that, because you need to know how much you are owing suppliers, how much your customers are owing you. So you have to click yes and click next. Do you need to take time? You definitely need to know how much time you're spending on a certain job, on a certain project, how much time your employees are spending on a certain project, on a certain job. So if you check time, just click yes and click next. A start sharing service, we actually do time tracking, so we actually click next. Do you have employees? If your company has employees like tax sharing service, yes, you should click yes and tick W2 employees and 1099 contractors. W2 employees are employees that are on your payroll and that have W2 employees have payroll tax. They pay payroll tax, so which is being deducted from their salaries. That's what we call W2 employees. And 1099 contractors, these are subcontractors who receive 1099 from your company. So if you do have employees, then tick that. If you don't have, just click no and click next. Using accounts in QuickBooks. Now we need to create the chart of accounts. So we actually click next. So before you go on to work on to create and chart of accounts, or to work on the chart of accounts, you need to specify the beginning of your fiscal year, which is your financial year. Tax sharing service started on the 1st of January 2012. Yours might start on a different date, but if you want to start on a different date, the second option says use today's date or the first day of the quarter or month. You can actually choose a different date on there, but the tax sharing service, which actually choosing the first option, then you click next. Now these are the chart of accounts that the system is created for you, that are actually recommended for your industry. You can as well add some other chart of accounts or subtract others by unticking what's on the tick, by unticking the tick on the left, or you can tick the tick on where it's not ticked to actually select the chart of account. After you are done, you click next. Now you are almost done in setting up your company. It says congratulations, you've completed an easy start interview. How easy it is. It actually helps you and gives you an overview. It shows you step-by-step process of how you can create your company. So you should click go to setup. Now it says let's get you setup. Remember, when you start your business, when you move from your manual bookkeeping to a computerized bookkeeping with QuickBooks, you already have clients that are owing you. You already have suppliers that are owing you. So this is the time where you can actually put into the system all the people that you do business with. You put your customers and suppliers, the amount that your customers are owing, the balances, and the balances that you're owing suppliers. Note that these, we call them take-on balances. The take-on balances for customers need to be entered at this point of time, or you can enter them later. The inventory, if you have got stock at hand, you actually need to enter them under your product and services you sell, and all the stock that is in the system, either import it from an Excel file, you can actually add them manually, whichever way you do. You also need to create a bank account. If you have a bank account, and you need to also enter the bank account balance as at the 1st of as at the 31st of December 2011. Actually, I said 2012 there instead of 2011 because our new company is starting on the 1st of January 2012. So these take-on balances, let me tell you a simple trick. These take-on balances that you need to enter for customers, for suppliers, and for the bank and for the inventory, they should be entered on the last day of the previous financial year, so that they can actually be carried over into the new financial year. What am I saying? I'm saying the balances of suppliers, customers, the take-on balances, the bank and the inventory should be entered on the 31st, as for tax return service, on the 31st of December 2011, because we are starting our new financial year on the 1st of January 2012, which makes our books quite good because the balances are carried over into the new financial year. When done this, you're actually done. You can click on start working. You've actually completed what? Setting up your QuickBooks account. How easy it is. I hope it has been easy. I hope I've not been fast on you, but actually it's an easy process that you can take. Now let's look at the counterpart, Pastel Accounting. You compare for yourself which one is easier. Others say QuickBooks is easier, others say Pastel is easier, but I'm used to both. So to me, both of them are good to me. But now let's look at Pastel Accounting and see what exactly is the difference between these two. But I tell you, they are all the same. So what are we talking about here? Let's do this. Let's create a company in Pastel Accounting. Now the same thing applies. After you've completed installing Pastel Accounting, it loads an icon on your desktop. Let's double click on the icon and go through the next process that goes through. Right. Now, when creating a new company in Pastel Accounting, go to File and say New. After you click File and New, it will bring you to give this box, this dialog box. It shows you where your company is going to be stored. It's going to be in Pastel 11 folder. And now you type in your company name. There are naming conventions that we use. Usually 4 to 5 letters of a company name, and 4 other letters represent the year. Whichever way, but actually there should be roughly 9 to 8 letters that you should put on your company name. You actually select to use the setup assistant, which is almost the same as the easy setup for QuickBooks. The setup assistant actually helps you it gives you It guides you in actually creating your company. You can copy a second option. You can actually copy another company. Let's say you're working on a similar company. You don't need to recreate that company. You just need to create a copy company, then rename that company, because the chart of accounts are the same, and the inventory quantities that are they are the same. I mean, the inventory that you need, they are the same. Everything is the same. So you don't need to create something from scratch. You just need to copy a company. You can start a new company, but I wouldn't recommend you to start a new company. This is actually recommended for professional and expertise in accounting and pastel accounting. Why? Because it doesn't load any default chart of accounts. You will need to actually set up your own chart of accounts. So after you choose the setup assistant and you type your company name, then click create. Then the setup assistant will prompt you to choose the nation, the country where you are. Select the nation. Tax filing services in South Africa, so you select South Africa, then click next. Now you'll be prompted to actually enter your company information, your company details. Enter your company name, which is going to show as well on your invoices, on your quotations and your statements. As well, your postal address, your VAT number, your telephone number, email address, your website number, and other information that you need to show on your documents. Then you click next after you're done. Now it asks you your date format. Tax filing service has chosen day, month, and year, and they've chosen the year format as 2 digits, not other than 4 digits. Then click next if you choose that. Now, the same as QuickBooks, it asks about your fiscal year, your financial year. Now, in Pastel also asks about the first period of your financial year. When is your financial year starting? This is what you're being asked here. It says, please enter the date of your current financial year. So, now tax filing service, I'm creating another company, Pastel for tax filing service. I've chosen the 1st of March. Why did I do that? I did want you guys to have an idea of, okay, companies are only started on the 1st of January. That's why I've changed, so that you can have an idea that you can start a company on the 1st of March, not necessarily on the 1st of January all the time. So if you choose that, then you select the period ends on the last day of the month. Then you click next. Now, usually in one financial year, we actually have 12 periods. But I usually recommend people to actually make use of the 13th period, so that you can actually process in the 13th period as you're waiting to actually do your year end. The 13th period becomes the first period of the next financial year. So it's up to you. You can actually use 12 periods, but using a 13th period is better, because as your financial year ends on the 12th period, you are actually able to process in the 13th period as you are actually waiting to process your financial year end. So after selecting all these, if you want to use 12, let's change that number to 12, and you can actually click next. Now you have to choose the industry according to your business plan. You have an industry, as I've said earlier on in QuickBooks, we chose an industry, but where you choose industry is different. But now you actually click on the drop down menu. It actually gives you most of the industries that are there. Then you actually choose an industry. For tax filing service, it's a construction company that I'm using, and I wanted to use the same industry for both QuickBooks and actually Pastel, so you actually see what the difference. Then after choosing the industry, just underneath it shows you all the set of accounts that are being created by Pastel for you. You can as well add more, you can as well subtract. It's up to you. Then click next. Now you need to ask you how many QuickBooks do you have. If you have more than one bank account, you need to create more than one cashbook. But if you have one bank account and one cashbook, if we have petty cash account, you need to create two cash books, one for your bank account and the other one for your petty cash. But if you've got 2 bank accounts and 1 petty cash, then you need to create 3 cash books, one for each bank and the other one for your petty cash. After done that, you put your bank name and your bank number and your bank account number, then you click next. You select your price list and as the default, the first one. Let's click next. Now, what are your default terms in terms of payments? Factoring service uses periodic burst, whereby we expect payments after every 30 days. Then click next. Factoring service use open items. You can as well use balance forward, but I'm not going to detail about the open item and balance forward, the difference. So I would recommend use open items. Then you click next. Now, Pastel, I've been working with Pastel for quite some time. I'm a certified Pastel technician, but I've been working with Pastel for quite some time. Pastel gives problems with wrong printer setting. By default, Pastel should be set to A4, to print to A4. If you set to letter or any other formats, it will always give you some problems. It will give you some errors, which is a funny thing. So I recommend you that you should tell Pastel if you're using what kind of paper type you're using. Either you're using pre-printed or you're using single sheet. And you should as well select to use A4. You should also set on your printer to print A4. When you're done that, it always gives you some funny errors due to printing. After you're done with the paper style assistant, let's click next. Now, Pastel needs to create a company. So, click on process. It processes your company, and after processing, it tells you to finish. Then you should click finish, and you're done creating your company. Now, this page comes. Your Pastel Accounting work area comes. If you look on the left top corner, you'll actually see your company name, your full company name that you entered when you entered your company information, and the company name that you entered when you were creating a company, which shows that you've successfully created a company. How easy is this? But before you do that, you need to enter some check on balances. Remember, you have customers that are owing you. You have suppliers that you're owing. You have inventory that you have at hand. You have to also enter some general ledger balances. So, by default, Pastel loads creates control accounts. So, you cannot post in a control account. So what do you have to do? You have to create some sub accounts under the control account. So for the customer control account, you need to create a customer check on account for your check on balances. For supplier control account, you need to create a supplier check on account, the same as inventory and the same as general ledger accounts balances. You need to have a proper TB, share balance, and balance sheet for actually to enter this check on balances. A well-balanced TB and balance sheet enter this check on balances. As well, the same thing applies with QuickBooks. Your check on balances should be entered on the last day of the previous financial period. Did you get what I'm saying? I am saying your check on balances should be entered on the last day of the previous financial period so that they can be carried over into the new period. So, I think I've exhausted all the possible options and everything that I wanted actually to talk about these packages. Now, let's look at what business owners are looking for before they hire you. I've been looking at a lot of advertising, and when they're advertising, they say, we are looking for an accountant with a bachelor's degree in accounting, blah 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 blah, and the person should be well comfortable with Pastel Accounting or QuickBooks or any other accounting packages. Now, if you don't have any idea of this about these packages, it's going to be a very difficult thing for you to get a job. So it's an added advantage. You know these packages, they can actually make your work easier. Simplifying your career is what we need. Gone are the days whereby we used manual bookkeeping. Now everything is computerized. Let's move with technology. Let's move with the industry. Yes, you want to start your own business, don't be afraid. Start your own business, get an accounting package. I've shown you how to create a company in QuickBooks. I've shown you how to create a company in Pastel Accounting, which is an easy process. You can actually contact me and we can discuss. If you want to learn more about the product, the inside out of the product, I can actually help you. Or even, there are many institutions, there are many trainers out there that can actually help you in these accounting packages. So, having the knowledge of these accounting packages actually helps you in your career. I've also looked. Yes, you might leave school. You might have left your accounting school with the basic knowledge of accounting. Yes, I know at school they won't teach you everything about accounting, about these packages. So it's up to you to get more training, to gain more experience in these packages. Because many companies, they are afraid and they're not willing to employ people who are just coming away from school, fresh people coming from school. Why? Because one, they're not very comfortable with these accounting packages. So it's an added advantage for you to be more comfortable with these accounting packages before you get into the industry. So such that when you get into the industry, it makes your life easier, it makes your work easier, because they can hire you, but within a month they will fire you. So why don't you get more training? Contact me on our website. Come to our forum, contact me. We can actually see how I can help you develop your skills in these accounting packages. It's for your benefit. It's for the benefit of your company. It's up to you. Get to know these packages. Get to know these accounting packages. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Go to this website or go to my website, www.tawandamkana. Let me just write it here for you. Okay, let me see. Oh, I don't know what's happening with this thing, eh? Okay, this thing doesn't want to work the way I want it to do. But anyway, if you go into that, you can actually send a request on this forum. Then I can actually contact you. We can actually discuss on how I can actually help you. So thank you very much for coming to my presentation. I hope you have been helped. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Then we can see how I can help you. Thank you very much. I hope it has been informative, and good luck in your careers. Thank you very much.